The bright lights of Studio 8H have seen their fair share of celebrity takedowns, but few have been as surgically precise as the Weekend Update roasting of Meghan Markle this week. As the Duchess of Sussex attempts to pivot from royal exile to lifestyle guru, the comedy establishment has officially pulled the rug out from under her. Colin Jost, with a smirk that could melt a Montecito ice sculpture, delivered a punchline that echoed through the hallows of Hollywood, ruthlessly mocking Meghan's critically panned Netflix series, With Love, Meghan. For a woman who has spent years curating an image of effortless elegance, being the literal laughingstock of Saturday night is more than just a bad review. It is a public humiliation that signals the definitive end of her Emperor's New Clothes era in television. The punchline heard round the world. Colin Jost didn't just tell a joke, he performed an autopsy on a dying brand. During the latest Weekend Update, Jost took aim at the dismal performance of With Love, Meghan, the show that was supposed to be the Duchess's version of Martha Stewart but ended up closer to a high-budget parody of the Tig. Jost jab, implying that the only people watching the show were the lawyers checking for copyright infringement, hit a raw nerve. It highlighted the controversial reality that Meghan's transition into content creation has lacked the one thing every star needs: an audience that actually cares. The humiliation didn't stop at the jokes. Reports have now surfaced that Netflix, the streaming giant that once handed the Sussexes a staggering $100 million deal, is finally washing its hands of the project. Insiders described the show as complete trash, a sentiment seemingly shared by the viewing public as ratings plummeted faster than a royal protocol break. For Meghan, who has consistently portrayed herself as a visionary leader, being labeled a flop by both the critics and the comedians is a catastrophic blow to her carefully crafted ego. From Sussex to struggling, the ratings disaster. To understand why SNL's critique was so effective, one only needs to look at the cold, hard data. While Meghan's first forays into Netflix were fueled by the car crash curiosity of her royal exit, With Love, Meghan was meant to prove she had substance. Instead, it proved she was out of touch. The show, which featured segments on making artisanal beeswax candles and dehydrating fruit for cocktails, struggled to find a foothold in a world where real people are worried about inflation, not the aesthetic of their crudite platters. The numbers tell a story of total rejection. The ratings. With Love, Meghan failed to crack the top 100 on the Global Engagement Report, ranking a dismal 1,224th place in late 2025. The competition. The show was outperformed by reruns of Downton Abbey and even decade-old episodes of Suits, a stinging reminder that the world prefers Meghan the actress to Meghan the lifestyle expert. The holiday flop, her holiday celebration special, performed even worse, missing the top 1,000 list entirely, proving that not even a festive theme could save a brand that feels fundamentally performative. Critics have been savage, with major outlets like The Guardian calling the show pointless lifestyle filler, and Variety labeling it an ego trip not worth taking. When the professionals and the public agree with the SNL writers, the humiliation isn't just a tabloid headline, it's a consensus. The anatomy of a television flop. The failure of With Love, Meghan wasn't just about bad recipes, it was about the controversy of its creator. Below is a breakdown of why the show became the ultimate target for mockery. Critic source the verdict: the Meghan factor. Colin Jost SNL. A condition of trade deals is Harry and Meghan go back. Portrays her as a permanent social outsider. The Guardian. Gormless lifestyle filler. Highlights the lack of relatability and substance. Variety. An ego trip. Validates the critique that she centers herself in every project. Netflix data ranked 1,224th proves the public has Sussex fatigue. Why Netflix is done with the total flop. The most shameful aspect of this saga is the reported collapse of the Netflix partnership itself. Netflix is a business, not a charity, and after years of massive payouts with diminishing returns, the streamer is reportedly looking to downgrade the Sussex deal. The fact that Meghan's show has been effectively axed after 2 seasons of lackluster viewership is a clear indicator that her brand is toxic to the bottom line. Meghan has always been a controversial figure, but in Hollywood, you can be controversial as long as you are profitable. When the controversy is high and the profit is non-existent, you become a liability. Colin Jost's mockery was the final nail in the coffin, exposing the reality that the Sussex brand is currently built on a foundation of sand. She isn't a mogul, she is a celebrity who has run out of stories to tell, and the industry is no longer willing to pay for the privilege of listening. The end of the love story. The humiliation in Montecito was one thing, the shameless buy-in at Sundance was another, but the SNL roast is the definitive mark of a fallen star. Meghan Markle's with love. Meghan was intended to be her olive branch to the American public, but it turned into a stick that the industry used to beat her down. As Netflix quietly steps back from the complete trash that was her lifestyle vision, the Duchess is left with a brand that is famous for being mocked, not for being modeled.